Okay. Hey, people, what's up? Sorry, I'm doing this live because I have to get ready to go. Sorry, y'all. Sorry, my bad. So I have to get ready to go. So I'm like, oh gosh. But I was sitting here watching this video, you guys, right? And I'm like, what the freak? People here are really, really entitled. Okay. People are extremely entitled. I don't have too much time, but people are entitled. So it seems like, with the government shutdown and everything, I'm doing this for the replay, people. But it seems like with the government shutdown, some judges, right, passed an order, a judgment for Trump to take, I guess they have like reserve money or whatever. And so they want Trump to take some of the money from the reserve in order to fund the SNAP benefits, right? Cool. So I guess they took it to the Supreme Court. I don't know if Trump took it to the Supreme Court. I don't know. But somehow it ends up in the Supreme Court. So I think some judges wanted to be like a partial payment. Like take some of the money and pay some SNAP benefits. Other judge, there's one judge I know, he wanted Trump to take all the money that's in the reserves to cover all the SNAP benefits. And I'm like, okay, but what about tomorrow? Right? So it seems like they went to the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court, I guess, didn't fully agree. So now, if I'm seeing correctly, it seems like there's a horde of Black women who have decided to attack SCOTUS, Kentaji Brown. And I'm like, this is really pissing me off. Okay? It's really pissing me off. What I do not like is when people think because you happen to have their complexion, their gender, their ethnicity, their whatever, that somehow you are you are enslaved to them. Oh, I got to do this for you. No, she was elected as a Supreme Court justice for all American people. She's not there for Black people. She's not there to look out for Black people. That is not her fucking job. Okay? Another thing that also pisses me off is that people sit here sometimes and they never say to themselves, because that's the way I feel. If I'm going to ask somebody for a favor, right? If I'm going to call anyone, family, friend, whatever, and I'm going to ask for a favor, I'm first going to ask myself, what did I do for this person? Have I sown into this person? When was the last time I checked in with this person? When was the last time I sent a text message to this person, right? Because I feel like before you ask anyone for a favor, you need to make sure that you have nurtured the relationship. If I know I haven't talked to you in 6 months, I haven't talked to you in 12 months, I haven't talked to you in 3 years, what do I look like calling you out the blue, asking you for money? It's weird. Okay. If I haven't nurtured our relationship, what do I look like calling you out the blue, asking you to do anything for me? Because I have not nurtured the relationship. When it comes to Supreme Court Justice, let me see. Where's she at? Because I looked her up real quick, right? When it comes to Supreme Court Justice Kentaji Brown, right, what really upsets me is that, hey, what really upsets me is that, number one, people have to ask themselves, all these Black women who think she owes you to vote for you or she owes you to give you SNAP benefits, okay? You need to ask yourself, what have you done for her? Right? When this young Black woman was in high school, did you help her? Right? When she took her test, when she was taking her exams in high school, you helped her? When she stayed up late at night, because she went to Harvard. This lady went to Harvard twice. Okay. She went to Harvard undergrad and she went to Harvard for law school. That's crazy. Right? She's a double Ivy, kind of like Michelle Obama. She's a double Ivy. When she was in high school, did you help her? Freshman year, did you help her? Okay. Sophomore year, you helped her? Okay. Junior year, you helped her? Senior year, did you help her? Okay. You went and took her PSATs for her? You helped her with her SAT prep? You gave her money to go sit her SAT exam, right? When she was writing her college admission essays to get into Harvard, wherever else she applied, you helped her. You helped her to proofread her essays, her personal statement, whatever. Hey, Diana, you were there for this lady, right? When she went to Harvard, her room and board, do you even know how it got paid? Did you help her to pay for her tuition? I don't even know how she financed Harvard. Did she get a scholarship? I don't know, right? I don't know how she paid for that. But I'm like, sometimes they give you a full scholarship. Sometimes it's a partial scholarship. Sometimes you get no scholarship. But I think given her family, she probably received something. But my thing is like room and board. Did you give her $1? Right? When it came to buying her books for all her semesters at Harvard, did you help her? Did you ever help her to study? Did you ever pray for her when she was an undergrad at Harvard? Right? Psychologically, emotionally, financially, because we know it's Massachusetts, a bunch of rich ass white people over there, right? Like psychologically, what it did for her to be Black from a very traditional, regular means kind of family to go to a place like Harvard, okay, Cambridge, full of rich white people, bunch of rich ass kids and things like that. Do you know what that did to her psychologically? No, you don't. Okay, cool. When she applied to law school, were you there for her? When she took her LSAT, were you there for her? Did you pay her fee to sit for the LSAT? Do you even know how many times she had to take the LSAT? Right? Did you write her essays to get into law school? Like, it's crazy to me how much people think they owe you. They don't invest in your life. They don't invest in your education. They don't do anything for you. You fight for your dreams. You fight to be someone. They don't know how you paid for your school fees. Don't know how you. That's why I get so triggered when people say things to me like, oh, we fought for you. We fought for who? For who? I fought for my damn self. Thank you very much. Okay? Please go sit down somewhere. When I was in the math department, you did the partial differential equation for me. You took calculus 1, calculus 2, 3. You took real analysis for me. You did that shit for me. Are you fucking crazy? Right? People see you because you're Black, because you're a woman. And you fight hard. Like, I don't even know how she fought, but I'm assuming she fought really hard. This lady is the first Black woman to be a Supreme Court justice. Right? So when you want to sit here and say, oh, you should have did this for me, then no, what are you doing for yourself? Because when you look at her life, you should feel some kind of way. All these people asking for free money, right? When you see that she is Black just like you, from a regular family just like you, and she was able to go to Harvard twice, like, shouldn't that make you feel some kind of way? Like, oh, wow, maybe I have too many excuses in my life. Like, I need to probably stop, right? Because that is freaking crazy. That is freaking crazy. But I'm like, she doesn't owe you anything. She fought for her life. She fought for her dream. She fought for what she wanted to accomplish with her life. And if anything, you should look at her life and it should inspire you. Like, damn, I got to try harder. I have to try harder. Hold on, y'all. Let me show you something, right? Let me show you something. Because I'm like, who are her parents? Okay. Let me show you something real quick. So Kentaji Brown, let me do this, right? She's from DC. Okay, DC. Okay, Kentaji Brown Jackson was born in DC and moved to Miami, Florida. As a young child, her parents, both public school teachers. There you go. Her people not rich. Teacher salary. She was raised on a teacher salary, like for real. Okay. Okay. There you go. And still in her strong beliefs in education and possibility. And her father later became a lawyer. There you go. So because her dad was a lawyer, she wanted to be a lawyer. So her daddy was in her life. There you go. Her parents were married, huh? Parents were married. Okay. The mama did not try to overstep her husband. Okay. Her mother still worked and she was still a mother. Her father was in her life. Okay. Right. Her dad became a lawyer. So then she decides to be like her daddy and become a lawyer. Why do you feel like she owes you something? If anything, she owes her parents everything. And she has honored her parents because she saw how they sacrificed and she made sure that their sacrifice did not go in vain. It's actually quite admirable because from your dad being a lawyer later in life, because he had obligations, he had duties, he had bills he had to pay. And I'm sure it was always a dream. But when you have a family, sometimes certain dreams, they get delayed, right? But when he had the chance to do it, he actually went for it. So you go be a lawyer. You fight to become a lawyer. And then your daughter will go on to be the first Black American woman to be a Supreme Court justice. That is freaking crazy. This is what you call the sacrifices that don't go in vain. This is what you call people this is when you say, I have a worthy heir or heiress, right? Good for her. Let me keep reading this, right? Let me keep reading this. Okay. So family and early inspiration. Jackson was born to Mr. Johnny and Mrs. Ellery Brown, both whom were public school teachers. Her parents who attended historically Black colleges and universities. You see, education is very important in that family. Relocated to Miami, family to Miami after her father enrolled in law school at the University of Miami. Okay, Chris went there. Jackson often studied alongside her father. Oh, well, there you go. Well, there you go. So her daddy was there. Her daddy was in her life, and she was studied next to her daddy. Okay. And then she had cited her early interest in law to these kitchen table sessions where she would color while he studied his law books. Oh, that's so cute. Okay. Public schooling and leadership. She attended Miami Palmetto Senior High School, where she was a member of the debate team and served as class president. You see, leadership at a very young age, class president. In her senior year in 1988, she graduated from high school with a stated ambition to pursue a judicial appointment. Okay, she made it happen. So in 2028, she would have made that promise to herself 40 years ago. So she's okay. So that's 37 years ago. So 37 years ago, she graduated high school, and her dream was to have a judicial appointment. And now she's a freaking Supreme Court justice. Don't ever let anybody tell you that you should never set a vision for yourself. There you go. Okay. The path to Harvard. Let's read about this. Okay. After high school, she attended Harvard University, where she earned her bachelor's degree in government in 1992. She then returned to Harvard for law school, graduating with her law degree in 1996 and serving as supervising editor for the Harvard Law Review. Impressive. Okay. Here are some of her pictures. Right? Good for her. Okay, let me see. Is this a video or something? Look at her. Right? Good for her. Good for her. I'm like, good for her. And so to me, it's like, what the heck is this? Hold on, you guys. Hold on. Whatever. Okay, it's an ad, right? And so to me, it's very, very rich to look at someone that has the same color as you, the same gender as you, had the same opportunities that you had, right? Went to pretty much the same school you went to. She worked really hard, worked really, really hard. You don't get into Harvard by being a bum. And even if you get into Harvard being a bum, if you are a bum in Harvard, they will kick your ass out. Okay, it's called academic probation. Then they will expel your behind because you're freaking lazy. You are freaking lazy, right? But my point is, hold on. She works really hard in high school. She manages to get into Harvard, right? She goes there twice. And I'm like, you don't say to yourself, right? Wow, maybe I could have pushed myself harder. Maybe I could have done more. Maybe I could have been more. And even now, maybe I can still do more because maybe I live a life that's full of excuses. Of course not, because that requires, what the frick is this ad? It requires accountability. Instead, let's blame people. Oh, as a Black woman, you owe me this. As a Black woman, you owe me that. As a Black woman, no, you as a Black woman, what do you owe yourself? What do you owe yourself? When you see that another Black woman that looks just like you has been able to work hard and to get herself, because she uses her brain, yes, has been able to work hard to get herself an appointment as a Supreme Court justice in America. When do you say to yourself, you know what, sis? Good for you. And I need to also go work on myself, right? No. Oh, you owe me this. Hold on, let me see if it's fine. Oh my gosh, this thing will never play, right? Oh no, you owe me this. You owe me that. I'm like, Miss Kentaji Brown, Supreme Court Justice Kentaji Brown doesn't owe you anything. She doesn't owe you anything. And I'm like, and the fact that people are not even ashamed to say, oh, this Black woman who worked really hard, never asked for help. She did it the hard way. She studied hard. She competed. She showed up in class. She wrote those papers. I'm like, even law school. Like, did you help her to study in law school? Like emotionally, psychologically, financially, even imposter syndrome, whatever she felt like when she was in that law school, were you there for her? Were you there for her? Did she ever say, oh, yeah, you owe me this, you owe me that? No, she toughened up. She figured out a way, and she managed to graduate out of Harvard Law School. She managed to become a lawyer. I mean, that's just my personal opinion. I don't know how I can look at another woman who has worked really hard to have what she has and say, well, because you're Black, you owe me this. Because you're a Black woman, I'm disappointed in you. Are you also disappointed in yourself? Because why are you not where you're supposed to be in life? Why isn't she why isn't Kentaji Brown on benefits? Why isn't Kentaji Brown on welfare? Why isn't Kentaji Brown waiting for the government to feed her? Right? Because she has a mind. She decided long ago to use her brain. She decided long ago she was going to be a lawyer, and not just any lawyer. She was going to have an appointment. She gave herself a goal. She didn't go to school just to go to school. She had a goal. She had a goal in her mind. She had a vision for herself, and she made her dream come true. So I'm like, where do you come off telling someone who fought really hard to make their dream come true? Oh, you owe me something. Oh, now that you have this position, now that you've achieved all this glory, I expect you to look out for me. I expect you to provide. She don't owe you shit. And this is the thing that's really trying, like, it's really starting to get on my nerves over here, right? It's the fact that people think somebody owes them something, right? Somebody owes you something. Oh, you're Black, so Black people owe you something. Oh, I'm a woman, people owe me something. No, nobody owes you anything. You owe yourself everything. Now, it will be nice if somebody did something for you, but before you even go on thinking that somebody should do something for you, when was the last time you did something nice for somebody else? When was the last time you did something nice for someone else? Right? Me, if I see someone and how hard they have worked, like I have another friend, Income has a PhD in toxicology. If I see a person that has worked really hard academically, I see a person that has worked really hard academically and they worked really hard in their professional career, right? First and foremost, I show respect, like, damn, sis, right? I remember the first time when Income and I got on the phone and she told me she had a PhD. I'm like, you have a PhD? What? Because she was like, she is so, I don't know, she used to be so humble about that. I'm like, Income, like, the fact that you have a PhD, talk your shit, talk your big shit, right? Because it's hard to have a PhD. It is really, really hard. Why don't you walk with your head? Like, you need to, like, put some bass in your voice. Like, you have a fucking PhD. The hell, right? Because it's fucking hard. It is fucking hard. Like, people have no idea what people go through to get their education. People have no idea how people stay up all night to study. There are two Black girls here. They went to Duke and then they went to Columbia Law School, right? And I used to keep up with their vlogs to see how they would study at Columbia. But I'm like, they study nonstop. Like, they have a schedule. Like, every minute is counted for because there's so much to read. There are so many readings you have to do. There are so many papers you have to write. And then many people in law school are also required to do a clinic. Like, you have to volunteer. You have to do some kind of clinic. I'm like, it's so intense. It is so intense. So to not even show deference to the level of sacrifice that was involved in that person getting to where they went, where they got, and to just say, oh, because you're Black, you owe me this. Because you're Black, you owe me this. I think it's so insulting. And it is so dismissive of what this person had to do to where they're at. That's why you got to stay away from people who do not respect, not just academia, who don't just respect education, but who don't respect intelligence. Stay away from people who diminish how much work you had to put into school to get your degrees. It is so freaking hard. Like, for me, my undergrad was in math. My master's was in statistics, right? When I tell you there were days, I even think I was depressed. There were days I was depressed. Like, I had certain classes, like linear algebra. Oh my gosh. Like, oh my goodness. There were classes I had, you guys. I used to just wander on campus. Like, I was a mad person. Because I'm like, oh my goodness. There were days I would just lay on the bench right outside the library. Because I'm like, how the heck am I going to get through this class? How the heck am I going to get through this class? Because the stuff is just so freaking hard. One time I got picked for this research stuff over the summer. And so the first class, we had this like partial differential equation class, you guys. We show up to class on the board. The lady had the heat equation. I'm looking at that thing like, what the fuck? What is this thing? Right? You guys, my heart, she's explaining it. Nothing is going in my head. I'm like, what the fuck is going on with me? Like, how the fuck am I going to get through this shit? And I told my mom, I think I want to drop out because this is crazy. My mom said, no, Marlene, you can't drop out. You really wanted this. And then at that time, I had a professor, Dr. Sauer, because I told him, I was like, Dr. Sauer, because he didn't know me then. And I was like, oh, one day I'm going to do your whole research thing over the summer. He's like, okay, just make sure you have the requirements. I'm like, oh, no worries. You're going to get to know me, right? So she reminded me like how badly I wanted to join this research thing. But you guys, when I tell you that partial heat equation thing, when I looked at that thing, and I wasn't strong in physics as well, because I was like, oh, whatever. I wasn't strong in physics. The heat equation there's a lot of physics to it. I said, Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. And it might have been the summer where I looked into Percy Julian. you know? And when I saw what he went through with chemistry, and I said to myself, I don't have a reason to feel sorry for myself. You need to just go and study harder. Study until you get it. You don't have a choice. But it was hard because part of your brain just wants you to run, like, just give up. This is too fucking hard. Okay? These kids, a lot of the kids also in the math department, many of them, some of them even had their parents. Hey, Kevin, I had one friend, James. His dad was a professor at Mason. Okay? So I'm like, when your daddy is a professor, like, come on, like, you know what I'm saying? They were kids, both their parents were math professors, right? Some had one parent that was a math professor. Other kids, even if their parents were not professors, they were always in the math stuff, the summer stuff, like they were always in that. So they were way more confident. Me, when it came to the math degree thing, I started at the bottom, y'all. I started with pre-calculus. Right? A lot of the kids who were math majors, they came in already with calculus A, B, and BC because they took it in high school. I did not. So our confidence levels are very different. And when you encounter a new subject, your confidence can really make or break you, because even if you have never seen it before, if you're confident in yourself, it makes it a lot easier for you to actually want to study it. If you've never seen it and you also started from the bottom, your own mind can start messing with you, where everything in you is saying, run for the hills, Marlene, quit and run. This is crazy, right? But I stuck it out. I thugged it out. You understand? And so for me, hey, Kevin, and so for me, it's truly insulting to feel entitled to someone else's work. It's truly entitled. Who's stopping you from studying? There are so many Black people. When some Black people are studying, they're partying. When some Black children are staying up all night doing their homework, they're having fun strolling on TikTok. When other Black kids are trying as hard as they can to write their college admission essays, they're texting their boyfriends at all hours of the night, right? They're not willing to make any sacrifices. They're out here living like Black cicadas. You understand? And then when the Black ant makes it, oh, you owe me. Oh, we're Black. Oh, you should open doors for me. I ain't got to do shit for you. What did you do for yourself? This is not fair. So I'm like, how can you even feel okay asking Supreme Court Justice Kentaji Brown, right, to just vote for you just because you're Black? Like, do you not care about her profession? Do you not care about how she's going to be judged? Because when you are a Supreme Court justice, every decision you make, you write a whole paper as to why you voted the way that you voted. And you also have to cite case law. Right? Do you see why certain Black people who make it, they stay the fuck away from Black people? Because they're going to ruin you professionally, right? Like, she has confreres, she has co-workers, all these Supreme Court justices. She's not by herself. And you don't think people are waiting to say, oh, she's not good for the job, she's going to do everything just for Black people? Do you not any idea of the amount of pressure that she has? Do you know how many law schools are going to read every single decision that she made? And if she made the right call and that she used the right case law to justify her position. But no, you have to come first. The forever crybabies. Oh, you have to put me first. She ain't got to put you first for shit. She has children. You are not her child. You are a grown-ass woman. She has children. And I'm even sure her kids don't even require as much as you grown-ass women actually do. She has children. She has her own legacy to think about. She fought and she made that dream happen for her. She doesn't owe Black people shit. You can say maybe Thurgood Marshall, sure, but I'm sure you'll be proud of her. You as a regular Black person, she doesn't owe you shit. If you have multiple kids that you can't take care of, how the fuck is that her problem? How the fuck is she supposed to be your safety net? Did she ask you to sleep with these people? She asked you to get pregnant? She asked you to go find regular ass people to get you pregnant? Her mama was married. So she also made sure to be married. Why did your mama teach you to be married? Right? She would sit down at the table and study with her daddy. Where is your dad? Like, people are so fucking crazy. Like, it fucking grinds my gear. You owe me. Nobody owes you anything. We are sick of this ethnic tribal bullying. Nobody owes you anything. You owe yourself everything. She's not African. She's African American. She's from here. And everything she had, you also had it. But you see, some people will make something out of anything. Some people will make a way out of every opportunity they're given, while other people don't even try. Other people complain. And then when you make it, because you happen to be Black, Now you got to carry all the people, the lazy ones or whatever. You got to carry them on your back. No, I will not carry them on my back. You are responsible for your life. And I really wish that one day we get to a point in America where people stop all this hyphen bullshit and it's just like an American period. Because then everybody's going to hold themselves, everybody's going to be responsible for themselves. Because this whole Black American thing, it makes it seem like when you're a Black American and you make it, you owe everything. Like you have to just put yourself on a cross and just let people just take from you. Are you freaking insane? And at the same time too, right? When people take from you or try to take from you, nobody ever says, oh, let me pray for her. Even a prayer. How often have you seen any of these Black women pray for Mrs. Kentaji Brown? Oh, let's pray for her. Let's pray that she's safe. Let's pray that she's protected. You have no idea the arrows, the persecution, the games. You don't know what she's going through. You have no idea what she's going through. The number of people who have called her a DEI, the number of people who have said she's not qualified. Even the white lady, the Supreme Court Justice from Louisiana, from New Orleans, she was like, oh, she wrote something where she made it seem like she wasn't smart enough. She doesn't understand law. No, girl, shut the fuck up. And you understand law so much you couldn't make it to an Ivy? Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. You wouldn't even be a Supreme Court Justice if it was not for Donald Trump. Girl, shut the hell up. You have no idea what this woman is going through, but you want her to sacrifice her job because you need money to feed your kids. Are you sane? Are you like in your head? Does it actually work? Are you all the way there? Are you all the way? I'm going to go ask my sister, sacrifice your job because I need money to feed my children. No, because a good sister will never ask you to sacrifice because she never asked you to put yourself in harm's way. You did this to yourself. You did this to your life. And stop shaming. Stop using this ethnic, tribal shaming shit to force people to sacrifice their professional career. She owes you nothing. Like Supreme Court Justice Kentaji Brown, she needs to do what's in the best interest of her career and what's in the best interest of the law and what's in the best interest of her legal legacy. Point blank, period. When people later, years down the line, read any of her decision and they see the kind of court cases, the case law that she has cited, may they find that she did the best she could and she was probably one of the most wisest judges on the bench. I wish her all the best. I wish her all the best. You know what I'm saying? I wish her all the best. And what we should say is Supreme Court Justice Kentaji Brown, take the most fairest decision ever. If you feel like that's what's fair, then that's it, and I respect it. Because I would never want you to compromise your job to make me happy. No. Because you are very smart. This lady, she got herself there. So obviously she knows what she's doing. You are on welfare. So obviously you don't know what you're doing. Okay, and it's always people that ain't got shit to lose, that want people that have something to lose to throw everything out the window. How many people have asked their friends and family to steal on the job, steal food, steal this, always asking your family to put themselves in harm's way to help you. And you do have family members who do it, and then they get caught, and now they have a record, then they lose their job, then they can't pay their rent, then they're homeless. Stop listening to needy, won't do shit family. You don't owe people anything. They need to learn to take care of themselves. Point blank, period. No, it's crazy, Kevin. It's really crazy. Let me play this part. Right? Let me play this part. Where is it? Hold on. Hold on. Let this girl talk real quick. Hold on.
During the government shutdown. So they feel betrayed by Kentaji Brown Jackson.
Betrayed how?
Y'all want some fucked up news?
And mind you, even saying, like, oh, I feel betrayed by Kentaji Brown. Do you even know her personally? You guys have an agreement? You got her there? Right? You know, Kentaji Brown, when RGB, the Jewish lady, right? Hey, Jaden, when RGB got sick, because she's been sick, right? When RGB was sick, they knew she was sick. Obama and people asked her to step down. Okay, because she's like, oh no, she don't want to step down because she wants to see the first woman president, that goofy shit, because she thought Hillary was going to win, right? Obama had a list already. He had a short list of people. Supreme Court Justice Kentaji Brown, she was on the list. There's another Black woman. She's from Yale. She went to Yale Law School. She's also on the list. There was a short list. Now, it could be that RGB, because she said, oh, nobody can do what she does better than her. She was saying all kinds of white woman, racist, supremacist bullshit, right? But it could also be that she didn't want to step down to have a Black woman take her place. So she said, oh, I want to see the first woman president. Like, what are the odds of that, right? But during Obama, they asked her to step the fuck down so they could have the court looking a certain way. The lady didn't want to step down, right? So when Biden became president, the list he had, the short list he had to fill the seat for RGB was the short list that Obama had, right? So to me, to sit here and say, oh, I feel betrayed, like we had a covenant, we had some kind of deal, you helped me out, you talked to Obama, you talked to Biden, you didn't do shit for this lady. You don't even know this lady. You know nothing about this lady. You discovered her once she started going viral. Why did you talk about Kentaji Brown back in like 2008 or 2012 when she was on the short list for Barack Obama? Don't even know her, right? Like y'all just do stuff for clout because, oh, once it's mainstream, just latch on to people. Just like with the girl Kamala. Kamala ran before. Kamala didn't even make it to Iowa because she couldn't even get one delegate. Right? But all of a sudden, when she goes mainstream, oh my gosh, I gotta have Kamala or nothing else. Oh, Kamala's black. Well, oh, shut up. Kamala ran before. She dropped out because she couldn't even get one delegate to vote for her. She had no freaking money. Miss me with that. So how am I the pompousness of people, the entitlement of people? She doesn't owe you anything. You have no deals. You have no contract. You have no covenant. So you feel betrayed by who? Why don't you feel betrayed by yourself? You grew up in this country. You had 13 years of free education. You are a grown adult and you are still incapable of providing for yourself. Why don't you feel betrayed by yourself? Like, people are so fucking funny. I'm like, it's an American virtue to never hold oneself accountable. This is insanity. Someone I don't even know. I've never met this lady. I've never helped this lady, never prayed for this lady, never did anything to contribute to her being a Supreme Court justice. But because I don't get the results that I want, and because I'm black and I have a vagina, I'm going to sit on social media and say, oh, I'm so disappointed. Be disappointed in your fucking self. Because I'm sure her mom and her dad, the people that she had to honor, they're not disappointed. They are extremely proud of her. I don't know if her dad's alive, but I'm sure if he was alive to see it, he'd be extremely proud because all he wanted to be was a lawyer. She became a Supreme Court justice. I'm sure her husband's extremely proud of her. I'm sure her kids are extremely proud of her. Her grandkids, her great-grandkids, her great-great-great-grandkids, the entire lineage, they will be able to say, our grandmother was the first Black Supreme Court justice. Meanwhile, your grandchildren will say, our grandma didn't know how to feed us. There you go. Okay. Feel betrayed by your lack of ambition. Okay. Feel betrayed by your despondency. Feel betrayed by your entitlement. People are fucking sick out here. People are fucking sick. You betrayed yourself, and that's why you rely on government benefits because you have no ambition. You have no drive. You have no shame. Because it's not possible for me to read how another Black girl was able to do all of this and not feel some type of way about my low levels of effort. Bunch of F students out here. Mediocrity is the norm. Mediocre people have the audacity to ask people who live according to a standard of excellence, well, why don't you make life easier for me? No, why don't you try to compete for once in your life? But you're not going to do it, though, because you're so accustomed to begging. There you go. She don't owe you shit. Nobody owes you a damn thing. You owe yourself every fucking thing. And if you can't be bothered to make it happen for yourself, so be it. I don't feel bad for anybody. I don't feel bad. If you know you're about to starve and you're not willing to do something to save yourself from starvation, then you must want to starve. It is no different than the man who stood there by the pool of Bethany, right, waiting for somebody to push him in the pool. That man was sitting there for 21 years. Jesus said, okay, but you couldn't like roll over into the water. He said, oh, I'm just waiting for someone to push me. You must not want to walk. You must not want to walk, right? You can't save everybody, you guys. You cannot save everybody. You look at Nehemiah. You have to go for people who want to do something, people who are willing to try, people who are not afraid to fail, people who don't let fear conquer every single inch of their mind, right? It's a choice. And I'm telling you, anybody who wants to force you into this tribal goofy shit, you need to rebuke these people. Let the people that you call your people that have the same vision as you, okay? Let the people that you call your people be the people who value a culture of success, who value a culture of hard work, who value a culture of, I need to start my own business. You need to pick people according to their values. Pick people according to their work ethic. Pick people according to their effort, right? Do not surround yourself with lazy people. Do not surround yourself with people who are so quick to give up. Do not surround yourself with people, oh, I can't. Stay away from the I can't people. Stay away from people who just sit there and wait for manna to drop out of heaven when they could have easily started a little garden and planted some tomatoes, right? You want to be around problem solvers. You want to be around people who take accountability. You understand? Because me, I'm not Black American. I'm just saying, for me, if I was a Black American woman and I saw Kentaji Brown being a fellow Black American woman and what she was able to do for herself, I don't even know how I could fix my lips to say, oh, she owes me something. I would be so embarrassed. If anything, if I was to meet Kentaji Brown, it would be to ask her, tell me how tell me how you came up with your work ethic. Tell me how you persevered. Tell me how you gave yourself a resilient mindset, because I'm sure it wasn't easy for you, right? Harvard is mostly white Jewish people, y'all, right? So to be one of the only Black girls there, and she hella Black, right? I can only imagine. I don't want nothing from you, but just give me advice on how to have a resilient mindset, that when it comes to my personal goals, my personal ambition, that I may be just as driven as you were, because what you spoke over your life, when it came to having a judicial appointment, you made it come to pass. And I want to see that in my life. I want to see my dreams come true. I don't want to wait on nobody. She didn't wait on nobody. And that's why she is where she is. And that's why I find it, to me, that's just me personally. People say, oh, you don't understand. You've never, oh, shut up. There's nothing unique about what you've been through. Okay? Nothing unique. Sit down somewhere. People love to believe that they've experienced something so unique that over 5 billion people on the planet can't understand. No, we can. Try me. It's not that hard. Right? But what I cannot understand is being born in one of the most powerful countries in the world, being an American citizen, having 13 years of free education, 13 years of free transportation, 13 years of free food and other kinds of benefit, and still saying, I can't. What kind of foreign language are you talking? Okay, that is fucking crazy to me. My father was born in a village. One of my favorite uncles, he wasn't even born in a village. He was born out in the field on a plantain leaf. His mama gave birth to him on a huge plantain leaf. And then she, like, when he got older, she couldn't raise him because he had to go to school. She dropped him off with a cook from Burkina Faso. I'm like, his life is so fucking crazy. He went on to be a math major. My uncle is so fucking rich. Okay? Like, my uncle's so fucking rich. And his place, oh my gosh, what the heck? I have stories. That's why I'm like, even me, I don't complain about my life. Because when I look at my father, my uncles and things like that, the stuff they went through, shit, I've never experienced that. Never experienced that. So to me, even like doing a master's and things like that, it was a non-question, because why would I not do it? My life is so much easier. It's not perfect, but it's so much easier. You know, because my dad is very smart. So he skipped a lot of grades. And back then, the Ivory Coast, they didn't have a lot of schools. So he had to live in different cities. One day he told me how him and his mom, they got on a bus. They went to a whole new city. He had nowhere to stay because you go to a different city. They were knocking on doors. Can you imagine, like, just trusting strangers with your child because he's a gifted child? So he stayed with a Muslim family. Yo, this stuff is crazy. First day of school, he had no money for food. All of a sudden, out of nowhere, his cousin pops out. He's like, what the heck? Estash, it's you. So from that moment, every time my uncle would have food, he would eat half of his food, and then he would save it for my dad. Like my dad, if you ever get to see him, probably not, but he's a Libra, but he's socially awkward because he skipped so many grades. He was always with older people. So it made him socially awkward because he was never with people his grade because he was really, really smart. Ultimately, we got here. Do you know how we got here? Like in luxury. Unbelievable. My dad's work ethic. My dad can go to work at 6 o'clock. He's going to come back. You're going to go pick him up at the bus stop, like in Fairfax Corner. You're going to pick his ass up. The man will stay up and read until 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. Everything he reads, he remembers. The man is fucking brilliant. I mean, it's unbelievable. He's a fucking genius. It's not a fucking joke. Like, he's a Libra, so sometimes like, whatever. Okay? But academically speaking, nah, you can't fuck with this man. You can't fuck. When I look at Stefan, I'm like, Stefan is my dad. He took my dad's intelligence. It's a fucking gift. It's a fucking gift. But even you can be smart, but you still got to have the work ethic that goes with it, right? Everybody in this world has suffered. It's just some people, they just live and they claim things that they themselves have never experienced. But it's the perfect argument to not even try. You have to try. You have to try. You have to at least try to get yourself out of this quagmire. You have to try. You have to. Yeah, they really can be. Seriously, you have to fucking try. And to me, if I see a kinfolk that is just like me, and they tried and they made it super, super far, then at that point, the ceiling is going to be lifted off my head. Because if Miss Kentaji Brown, if she made it, why I can't make it? She did not go to a private school. There's nothing fancy about her background. It's just a basic traditional shit. 2-parent household, parents who work really hard, and parents who sit down at the table and do homework with their children. What is so hard about this? What is so hard about this? Right? And when she got into Harvard, like I said, only God knows what it was like, but I'm sure it was pretty hostile. Okay? She still persevered. I'm not going to let these fucking white kids get in my fucking brain. I'm going to fucking make it. Hey, Ruva, I deserve to be here and I belong here. Right? And she made it fucking happen. So who the fuck are you to say she owes you something? It's so disgusting. Who are you to say she owes you something? You did nothing for her. You never helped her study. Like we said in Ivory Coast, you didn't hold her pen when she was in high school. You didn't write her papers. You didn't write her exams for her. You didn't pay for her PSAT. You didn't pay for her SAT exam. You did not pay for her LSAT. You did not pay her college admission fees. You did not pay her law school admission fees. You did nothing for her. But because you have the same complexion as her, because you happen to have a vagina, and because you have quote unquote the same lineage, somehow you think you have the right to demand all these things out of her. Who are you? And like, it's so sick to me. It's so disgusting. Who are you? If she wants to do it, it's out of her heart. If she doesn't want to do it, she doesn't have to do it. And you should know that. I haven't done anything for this woman where I should feel like she owes me something. It is really sick. And it's really sick. And you see why when you find Black people here, when they make it, they stay the hell away. Because they don't want to live a life where every day they're being told, you owe me something. You owe us something. No, what are you doing for yourself? And this is why Michael Jordan doesn't get involved. Have you ever seen Michael Jordan get involved in anything? Have you ever seen Michael Jordan get involved in any Black issue? The fuck he does not. He does not. He does not. He doesn't even come close to people because he doesn't want anybody to say, you owe me, you're Black. Get out of here with that. Did you play? You held the ball for me. You were out there shooting hoops for me. You trained me. You helped me to get my deal with Nike. No, his mom did. His mom did. You did not, right? I'm not even Kobe in a sick way. I do think he owed his parents. But you see also, Kobe don't get involved. Kobe never got involved because you're not about to tell me I owe you something. I owe you what? The hours of dribbling, the hours, the commitment, the dedication. You helped Kobe become Kobe. Kobe is his own person. Kobe is responsible for what he called the Mamba mentality. He gave himself that. He forged that in his fucking head. Doesn't owe you anything. Okay? People have to stop thinking somebody owes you something. No, leave people the hell alone. And it's very offensive when you've worked so hard for people not to even say your hard work got you there. Oh, no, you're Black. Oh, you got that because just even with Beyonce, right? It's the same thing between Beyonce and Kelly. Oh, you should treat Kelly the same way you treat Beyonce. The fuck not. The fuck not. The fuck not. So shoosh her off the red carpet. But they think because Kelly's Black, Beyonce Black, they were both part of Destiny's Child. So whatever's good for Beyonce is good for Kelly. No, Kelly needs to earn it. If Kelly wants to have the same treatment as Beyonce, she needs to earn it. If Kelly wants to have the same dressing room as Beyonce, she needs to earn it. If Kelly wants to go to the Cannes Festival and not be shooshed off the red carpet like she was Beyonce, she needs to earn it. Right? Like sometimes they talk about Beyonce, oh, she Black. No, Beyonce is not just successful because she's Black. Right? And maybe if she wasn't even Black, she'd be way more successful. But they never talk about her work ethic. They never talk about how much she has sacrificed, the friends she couldn't have had, the parties she couldn't go to. She was never a socialite. She is fucking always working. She's always fucking working. No, they take their hand, they just wipe that away, right? That's so inconsequential. Oh, you're Black. So because you're Black, I can do it too. The fuck you won't. If all it took was complexion to be successful, we would not be in this conundrum right now, right? Complexion don't do shit for people. Like me, when I get on the Stairmaster, it's not my complexion that marches those fucking steps. It's my willpower. It's my fucking legs. It's my fucking heart. My complexion does nothing for me. When I was in my goofy ass math department, you thought, oh, complexion, go ahead and give me the answers. Oh, complexion, go ahead and write the paper for me. No, it's my fucking brain. It is my fucking brain. It is fucking insulting to always reduce somebody to their fucking complexion, because it's like it's wiping away all the hard work you put in. And they're pretty much trying to say you're only successful because you're black. You only made it because you're black. You're black. No, get the fuck out of here. It takes hard work to make it. It takes sacrifice to make it. It takes so much commitment to make it. You have to be willing to give up on things that other people are not willing to give up on. What does that have to do with complexion? What does that have to do with complexion or gender? Nothing at all. It has everything to do with willpower. It has everything to do with character. It has everything to do with saying, I'm not going to be the one that looks like this. Even me, I could have had kids out of wedlock. I could have had a broken marriage. I could have had all kinds of things, right? But you have to make a choice in this life, who you will be and who you're not going to be. What I've come to realize is that many people live a careless life. They just wake up day to day, do anything day to day. And this is why, hey, Yvette, and this is why their lives is a fucking chaos. That's probably even why some people are baby mamas and baby daddies, because they never had a proper vision. I will never be a baby mama. I will never be a baby daddy. I will never be on welfare, right? They don't, hey, Queen, they don't have an explicit vision of who you're going to be and who you're not going to be. See, I'm going to tell you something, right? For as much as Marlene, I started at the bottom. In the math department, I started at the motherfucking bottom. But I said to myself, I was going to graduate with honors. I was going to graduate with honors. So I graduated magna cum laude with honors because I wrote a thesis. Hey, Brittany, I wrote a thesis. I know who I am. Okay, yeah, we're going to go, right? I know who I am and I know who I'm not. It is your life. And if you don't hold the steering wheel of your life and carve for yourself a clear destination, a clear road to success, you don't get to turn around and look at Black people who took their time to be intentional curators of their life, intentional designers of their life, intentional about every single detail of their life, and say, oh, Black sis, since you have abundance, since you have overflow, can I get some? I ain't giving you shit. Where the fuck were you? Where the fuck were you? Right? And it's about time that a lot of Black people start holding other Black people accountable. You're not helping them. The self-pity, the excuses, the coddling, the giving them people money, you are making people weak. You are making so many Black people weak. Every time you sit there and you coddle them, you give them money, you give them excuses, you give them a safe refuge to wallow in their self-pity, you're not helping them. You're not helping anybody by not helping people to help themselves. You're not helping them. There's a reason why when you go to the parks, they tell you don't feed these animals because they will become reliant. You mean well. But if these animals forget how to feed themselves, they're going to die. They're going to die. You want to do something nice for today because this little deer, you feel bad. And I get it, you feel bad. But you can't just think about today because you're not going to be there every day to feed the damn deer. You're not going to come here every day and fill the dough. You're not going to come here every day, right? So what do you have to do? Africa does not work. These goofy ass money, Western Union and MoneyGram that you people send to these African people is the reason why they're not getting out of poverty. You're not helping people. When you give people money, you give people time to make excuses, you are destroying their ability to be creative. You destroy their ability to think for themselves. That's what makes a human being a human being. We are called to evolve. We are called to look at our challenges and find a solution. That's why we're here today. We used to sleep outside. We have found a way to not just have a house, electricity, running water, gas. Why? Because we were challenged by the adversities of living out in nature. You're not helping people. You are not helping people. Stop doing this to people. It's insane. And now there's a whole class of people who look like you, who are fully dependent. They live in the first world country. This is fucking America. The GDP per capita is $90,000. And you have people who could make $90,000, but they settle for $200 a month from the government, $300 a month from the government. Do you see how sad that is? You could be making 90,000, but instead 300 a month is enough for you. 300 and a place to lay your head, and you're happy. This is fucking evil. This is fucking evil. Okay? This is fucking evil. But I gotta go, you guys. Oh my gosh, I gotta go.
Baby, the fucking Supreme Court caved, and Kentaji Brown Jackson was a part of the fucking situation. So you will not be receiving your full SNAP benefits this month. They're sending it back down to the First Circuit courts to rehash the situation. Honestly, I thought the Supreme Court would have stopped this shit. They would have stopped him in his tracks and said, no, while y'all figuring out shit, we're gonna go ahead and give the people what they need to survive for the month. But that didn't happen. So
talking about survival in the first world. Why are you surviving in a first world country? You should be thriving. Why are you? This is not Africa. This is not Africa. Why are you surviving? You should be thriving. But why don't you know how to succeed in your own country? Something is crazy. You're not an immigrant. I can understand an immigrant needing help. You're not an immigrant. This is the home of this is the home of your ancestors. Why are you struggling? You speak the language. You're from here. You have a social security number. You have U.S. citizenship. Why are you struggling? But this is what happens when people allow you to live in this bubble where you have so many limiting beliefs, right? So that's that, right? People rather have benefits than to say, you know what, maybe it's time to go back to traditional family values and understand that to be successful, we need to be traditional. And if you're not willing to be traditional and the government can help you, then I guess you will perish. But that's a choice. And people have to know what it feels like to be fully accountable to their choices. We have to stop saving people, right? Let's stop saving people.
now y'all going to get half of your benefits, and that is it. We're going to have to wait and see what the lower courts say, how they revise their ruling. I don't know how that shit works, but I do know people are going to go hungry. So now it's...
And then go hungry. It's a choice. Go hungry. If you're willing to, if we are in America, and like you even have an iPhone, because she has a phone to make her videos. You have an iPhone, you have Wi-Fi. You don't want to go do DoorDash. You don't want to do Amazon. You're not willing to even partake in the gig economy because it's either the government gives you money or you'll just die. Then do what makes you happy. Why should I feel bad for you? And my thing is, who are you to feel like you're too good to work? Who are you to feel like you're too good to do DoorDash or you're too good to do X, Y, and Z? Who are you? You're someone that's begging money from the government, right? So obviously, I'm just saying, like, why can't you work? Why can't you take any job that's given to you until you find something better, right? So if you want to starve, starve. Starve. Why should we care? If you have a grown human being that is willing to die because they're not getting their way with the government, okay, then you don't care much about your life. So go. I'm not gonna stop you. Yeah, I'm not gonna stop you. I'm like, okay, do it.
The fact that it was Kentaji Brown Jackson, the Supreme Court judge who just paused SNAP benefits from being dispersed, it's mind-boggling. And
to her, it's not mind-boggling. You don't have food. You're sitting on TikTok. You have a bonnet on. You want to make YouTube TikTok videos. Why don't all this time you wasted making TikTok videos, trying to judge her on how she should do her job? You could have found your own job. I'm like, the audacity of people. You are unemployed. You can't feed yourself, but you want to judge somebody that has a job. You are in a job to do indeed. People are fucking crazy. People are seriously crazy. Okay. And it's sad because you're tribal, all you see is a Black person. She's a Supreme Court justice of the United States of America. She's there for the American people. She is there for the U.S. Constitution. She's not there for you. Okay. You need to be there for yourself. Okay. Nobody owes you anything. You owe yourself everything. Okay.
just shows what direction we are headed in this country. It's sad, it's nasty, it's disrespectful, and
you see, so it's sad, it's nasty, it's disrespectful that the government is not willing to take money from hardworking people to make sure that she gets money to stay home. So it's not disrespectful to those who work, that they have to work and that they're getting bullied by the government to give money up, that the government can take care of you, right? And that's the thing about welfare people. They're never grateful. I'm telling you, when have you ever seen a welfare person, a SNAP benefit person say, I want to thank my fellow Americans because they work, I can eat? No, they never say thank you. They never pray for the working people because the government don't have a business. The government does not sell merch, okay? The way the government has revenue is by taxing people, especially the middle class. So these SNAP benefits and all these benefits you get is coming from hardworking people's paychecks. But in her mind, it's not disrespectful because she's entitled. right? Her entire life, she has been subsidized by the American taxpayer. She was allowed to go to an American school, elementary school, middle school, and high school, right? And never paid for anything. And I'm sure she probably had free lunch, pretty much, right? Free buses. Her entire education from the age of 5 until 18 was completely subsidized by the American government, right? She could have qualified for a high school diploma with honors if she wanted to, right? What has America done for her? A lot. But even that, now we also have to feed her children, right? We have to feed her kids. We have to pay her rent. When do we stop subsidizing people? And that's why sometimes I even think it's kind of funny, and you might be offended, but whatever. That's why I think it's kind of funny for people to ask for reparations. Isn't this also part of reparations? We from the time you are a small Black American child until you are a grown Black American adult, even sometime until even a grandparent, the taxpayers are funding your life. Isn't that like reparations? What more do you want? Like seriously, what more do you want? Right? But I'm like, if you have your entire schooling is funded by taxpayers, you could even try to get a 3.0 out of high school. No, of course not. People want to have sex in high school, drop out of high school because it's too fucking easy. It's too fucking easy, right? Well, you know why people in Africa or Asia and shit like that or India take education seriously? Because their parents have to pay for their school fees. They have to walk to school. They have to walk miles to school. Nobody gives you free transportation. Nobody gives you free books. Nobody gives you free shit, nothing. Right? In America, they throw money at people. Look at Baltimore. The federal government spends $18,275 per pupil. Most of the pupil are Black children. They're all failing. And people are going to tell you, oh, we deserve reparation. You squander money. What more do you want? Almost $19,000 per student. These kids can't read. And they're mostly Black. They cannot read. They can't do math. They can't write. It's like people subsidize failure. And if you don't, you're called a racist. Right? If you don't, you're called a racist. But so it's like from the time you're born until you are a grown adult with children, you are still a warden of the state. When do you say to yourself, this is quite pathetic. I got to do something. I got to do better. Right? But you can't say that because people went through slavery. There you go. But even the slaves themselves, they didn't have subsidies. You never went through slavery and you benefit off the hardship of people who have gone, they've crossed over 200 years ago. And you never say to yourself, I got to take these opportunities seriously. I got to take this money seriously. And I think sometimes it has to do maybe with the fact that some people do things out of bitterness for white people. So I want to see white people waste money because of slavery, But ultimately, you're hurting yourself because you don't know how to fish, right? Ultimately, you don't know how to take care of yourself. So where people do stuff, people weaponize things to hurt white people because people function out of bitterness, you're hurting yourself and you're hurting your children. And how much you want to bet her kids are also going to be on welfare, right? It doesn't stop. And that's why you don't do shit out of a vindictive heart. You got to think. If my country gives me great things to be successful, why am I not capable to wait until marriage to have children? Why am I not capable to go to college? Why am I not capable to secure a job? You have to ask yourself these questions. But of course not. Because like I said, it's an American virtue to never look at oneself and say, I fucked up. I should have done more with my life. I should have paid more attention in school. I should have waited to have sex. I should have taken a contraceptive. I should have. Of course not. Accountability, that's anti-American. Okay? It's anti-American. But it's like, no, other people have to pay for you to take care of your kids. They're not my kids. They're not my kids. I'm not responsible for your children. Nobody owes anybody their hard money. And the fact that the government robs people to take care of people who don't even want to try is fucking wrong. It is fucking wrong. It is so wrong because everybody could, hold on, Maverick, hold on. Everybody could use more of their own money. Everybody, like me, yeah, everybody could use more of their own money.
Literally, I just lost so much respect for her. Like, we literally forget where we come from when we get into positions of powers, and that is what just makes it so much more devastating to see someone of her rank go and say, you know what, I think this is the right thing to do. You wanting to starve millions of American families is the right thing to do. And we know most of the recipients that receive SNAP is the working class people, right? We know that the other portion of them is disabled, the elderly, children. Like, what the fuck is y'all doing? What are you thinking?
Yeah, so you say that.
So she's on welfare. She's like, oh, what you say? I'm so disappointed. You're on welfare. You're a grown woman with a bonnet on. You're disappointed in her, but not yourself. She went to Harvard twice. She's a Supreme Court justice. She's married. See, the father of her children and her, they live in the same house. They raise their kids together. You felt your life, but I lost respect. When you started having kids out of wedlock, you didn't lose respect for yourself. Like, their personal bar is fucking low. Their personal bar is in hell. Their personal bar of ethics, integrity, it's in fucking hell, right? But then they want to tell you who has achieved everything you should do. Oh yeah, I've lost respect for you. Bitch, I don't give a fuck. You have no respect for self. You're begging for money. You are begging for money in one of the richest countries in the world, right? There are a bunch of Vietnamese people who don't even speak English. They own nail shops. Make it make sense, right? Make it make sense, right? You are in your own country and you're begging for money like a fucking immigrant. Right? You haven't lost respect for yourself. People are so fucking funny. Who the fuck are you? In this world, who fucking knows you? Right? Kentaji Brown, her name will go down in American history. Who you be again? What's your name again? Nobody fucking knows you. Nobody fucking cares. You can live, you can be gone tomorrow. No one gives a fuck. Right? Kentaji Brown, her name will go down in fucking American history because she's the third Black SCOTUS. They will never erase her legacy. You, who you be? Nobody knows you, sis. Get it together. You got a bunch of kids by a bunch of different dudes. You can't take care of yourself. You can't take care of your kids. You can't pay your own rent. You can't feed your children. And you want to say you lost respect for someone? These people are funny. They are truly funny. You are entertaining, beloved. You should go into comedy. Yeah. Sorry, Maddie. Sorry. Okay, mommy, we're gonna go. Let's go. Let's go, baby. Okay, y'all. I gotta go. Maddie crazy, right? But we'll be back, okay? But I was really triggered. I'm like, no, she doesn't owe anybody anything. Okay? She doesn't owe you. Yes, baby boy. Yes. Okay, let's go. Let's go. Say bye-bye, everyone. Yeah, Kevin. It's like you, Kevin. Tomorrow you become like a superstar. Oh, Kevin owes me this because he's Black. Kevin, no. They don't know what you did. They don't know the price you had to pay to get to where you are. But you owe them because they share your complexion, they share your lineage. People need to tell people to stop. People need to tell people to stop. It's really upsetting. It is seriously upsetting, okay? Have some self-respect, get off welfare, get a damn job, get a damn career, enroll in school, find a grant, right? And take care of yourself and then start paying taxes so that somebody else can live off your money and see how you like it. Okay, yeah, and see how you like it. This is crazy. Everybody who works and pays taxes, they want their money. They want their money. We know what to do with our money, but instead, the government robs us to take care of grown people who should be taking care of themselves and their children. You chose to bring your kids in the world. It is your responsibility to figure out how to take care of your children. You're not disabled, as I can tell. You're not disabled, but you're definitely entitled. You are definitely entitled. Like, this is crazy. This is really crazy. All right, you guys, love you. I gotta go drop her off, okay? I'll be back later. Bisous, okay? And if you're mad, stay mad. Bye, y'all. I'll be back. I'll be back. Okay? Say hi, Mevy. Let's go, bro. Let's go.